Hi and welcome to Ali Lives Well on Less. I'm Ali, an early retired teacher, currently living well on my small teacher's pension. And today is Money Monday. So if you're a regular viewer, welcome back. If you're new here, on Mondays we talk about some aspect of money and how we use our hard-earned cash. And on today's Money Monday, I am going to say a huge big thank you to all the advice on last week's Money Monday video about going forward with the ad revenue and what to do about my donations and how much I should put into my savings. And as I suspected, there is a lot of common sense in the hive. There are lots of you who shared your opinions. I would say about 99% of you said to hold back on the donations for just now and start building my emergency fund back up. I'm filming this on Sunday. You're going to see this on Monday, and on Wednesday my new door and side panel gets fitted. So yep, the remainder of the door will be paid and my emergency fund will be right down to around, I think, about £150. So I do need to start building that back up. So that said, I am going to do as a lot of you suggested, and lots of you said go with my gut. So this is my gut feeling. That especially going into the school summer holidays up here in Scotland, our kids are out on holiday now. I do feel that families are going to be struggling over the holidays, because obviously they don't get the free school meals and all the free snacks and things that people get at school. So I have set up a regular monthly payment for Startup Stirling, which is my local food bank here. It's very similar to the Trussell Trust in England. Different areas of Scotland have different ways of doing their food bank, but this is my food bank, and I feel happier setting up a regular monthly donation of £25 regardless. So I'll insert a screenshot of that to show you just now. So editing Ali here, I completely forgot to tell you about the May ad revenue that comes a month later. So I got it last week at the end of June, and it was up on the previous month, but it's still going up. So June's ad revenue will be more than this. So it's all positive. So I got £439.56. I have set aside the tax, £87.91. The Startup Stirling donation, that is now a regular one, it's £25. So into savings, my emergency fund, my sinking fund, which I know I really will have to sort out, calling each area a different thing, because savings, emergency, sinking funds, I'm confusing myself. So I really need to sit down and have a good look at how I'm going to reorganise that. So £326.65 into savings. So the ad revenue, I will still put away 20% into my tax fund. I will put the rest into my emergency savings, except for the £25, which will go to the food bank every month. And I will still put things into the food bank trolleys in the supermarkets whenever I'm in there. So I feel there's some continuity. And quite a lot of you said that you deliberately watched the adverts on my channel because you know that I donate that to local worthy causes, with a particular focus on children and families, just because of my background in teaching. So I will still be doing that. And then after a few months, I mean, I'll keep totals for myself. And after a few months, I'll have a look at it, see how much is in my emergency fund, see how much is building up for the donating part. And as suggested at some of the sort of bigger holidays, make a larger donation. So obviously in the run up to Christmas, I would be able to make quite a substantial donation if I hold it back just now and keep it in my emergency fund just in case of an emergency. So I think that is a good plan. And thank you so much to everyone who suggested variations on that. But I think going forward, that is going to work better for me. So once again, just a huge big thank you to everyone who lets the adverts run. Now remember, you don't have to watch the great big long ones. 30 seconds is all that it counts for the ad revenue to come to me, instead of staying with Google. So thank you so much. So I have also made a few changes or I'm going to make a few changes to the channel. What I did not factor in last week when I was talking about the increase in ad revenue is that I have somehow slipped into doing a Wednesday video. It was not intentional, but looking back over, looking over my stats, there are more videos. So the increase in ad revenue could also be because of that. Although, as I've said, my Wednesday videos don't tend to get as many views as the Monday and Friday videos. So going forward, I will still post Money Monday on a Monday at 8 AM UK time. I will still post a Foodie Friday video on a Friday at 8 AM UK time. And Wednesdays for the foreseeable future will just have a wide-ranging, varied subjects. Basically anything else that I do that I think might be of interest, but doesn't necessarily fit into the Money Monday or the Foodie Friday. So this Wednesday's video is going to be me talking about my patchwork hexagon quilt. A lot of people asked for some more details on that. And I do appreciate that that may not be of interest to you if you're not interested in sewing or patchwork. But I would appreciate if you let it run just for a little bit and click the like and just, you know, sort of help the algorithm a little bit. That would be really good. But if it's not your thing, that's okay. Maybe next Wednesday it will be more to your sort of interest, because I do quite a lot of things. Obviously food is a big part of my life, and money, managing a small budget is a huge part of my life. But I also knit, I sew, I garden, I do DIY, I forage. I do a lot of things that might be worth sharing with you. So they will pop up on a Wednesday. So for the time being, there will be 3 videos a week. And as always, your liking and commenting really, really does help the algorithm. And if you could watch a few adverts, that would be fantastic. I will keep you updated on the running total of my emergency fund, the level of donations that is building up so I can do a big one. Yeah, so that's a few tweaks to the channel going forward. So, how did I do in June? Well, I think I've mentioned that I have now taken out pet insurance for Luna because frankly, she's an idiot. So I did pay for that out of my emergency fund, sinking fund, whatever you want to call it. So I paid for that and it was 240 something. So just paid for that outright. But I am now going to start adding in £20 a month to set aside for her renewal next year. So it means each month I will be putting away money to pay my car insurance, my house insurance, and now my pet insurance. So I will put up my usual outgoings, my income, and so on, because I really do just live day to day, week to week, each month on my pension income. And that's the whole point of this channel, is that I'm hoping to show that you can live on a small amount of money. Yes, I have other income coming in, but I don't live on it. I don't use it. It's set aside for other things. So I'll pop up a screenshot of this to show perhaps newer viewers what I spend each month and what I spend it on. So excuse the scribbling out because I added it up wrongly twice. So I will make a proper one next month. Okay, on to June spending. And Luna's finished her yogi ball, so we might get some wobbly camera work. Okay, so pension income, woohoo, has gone up to £790 a month. Now, there's a few pence in there as well, but remember we round up or round down to the nearest number. So £790 is my teacher's pension income. My direct debits, which you've just seen a screenshot of, is £387.41. So to keep it nice and simple, 387. So moved to savings, £67, which covers the car and house insurance, which will be due in September and December. And I'm also adding in that £20 a month for Luna's pet insurance. Now, remember the pet plan on my monthly outgoings is her vet pet plan. So that's for vet treatments. This is insurance for injury and damage to other people or property. So starting with my £790, taking off my direct debits, my insurance savings, and I have Luna's food and her probiotics, that's a fixed cost, comes to £258.59. So that is what I have as my disposable income for the month. And that covers food, supermarket, petrol, going out, and basically anything else that I spend my money on. So despite me not doing a big one-off supermarket shop, I have done a few little shops this month. And remember, I also did the fruit tasting as well. So I have spent £106.09 in supermarkets this month. Now, my budget is normally around 120, so that's okay. I'm still well under budget. But I did have to buy 4 first-class stamps. 4 stamps. 4. I haven't bought stamps for a long, long time. £6.80 for 4 first-class stamps so I can post birthday cards, honestly. And the £15 in Waitrose also included a birthday gift. Remember, I've spoken before that my family birthdays are spread out throughout the year, and I can buy flowers, a plant, wine, fizz, or something in the supermarket to give where appropriate. But remember, my gift giving circle is quite small. So yeah, so all of that in the supermarket this month. Okay, petrol this month, 45.32. Remember, I drive a Honda Jazz hybrid, which goes between the fuel and the electric. So it's very economical, and I only fill up, oh, excuse you. I only fill up probably once every 2 months, depending on how much I use it. Luna went to daycare twice this month, so I'm taking the cost of the individual sessions now instead of just staying every time I buy a pass. So she's been twice this month, and I bought a skirt pattern. I bought a sewing paper pattern. $10.49 is for a sewing pattern now. So, yep, I really want to get back into the sewing, and you've seen all the fabric that I got from my lovely mum. So that's the only cost I have incurred so far, because I didn't have a pattern that was firstly big enough, and also that I thought I could do lots with it. I will explain in later videos. Yeah, so that leaves me, I haven't totaled it because we're not quite at the end of June. We've still got one more day and I don't want to tempt fate, but I've got £30 left from this month's spending, and that will go into savings. So not a huge save this month, but £30 is £30, and if I do that consistently, I will get that emergency fund back up. Now, I did go out for coffee with a friend, and I used my £20 emergency note that I keep in my phone. So I used that, so I had some cash, and that cash I also spent in the greengrocers, because I want to try and use cash where I can for small local businesses. So Luna has now finished her yogi ball, so you might hear some snorting and yeah, you're going to hear some noises. So it's been a deceptively hot day here today, and I decided at lunchtime, right in the middle of the day, that would be a good time to cut the grass. So I'm a little bit hot and sweaty. So I hope the weather is good wherever you are. Thank you. Yep. Honestly, this tripod is like a magnet to her. So once again, remember, I will have a Wednesday video. It may not be to your interest or your taste, but I am forewarning you. But a like would be much appreciated, just to help the algorithm. So I'm going to stop while I'm ahead here, and I will see you again on Wednesday for an update on my English paper piecing hexagon quilt. And I will see you again on Friday, and I will share with you some of the things that I have been doing today to make sure that I use up every scrap of food and leftover stuff in the fridge before it goes off. So there'll be a few use it up ideas on Friday. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Have a lovely day, have a lovely week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.